On this, on the legal questions, let's go to our immigration attorney guest here, Michael Wilds. And Michael, the claim has been it's illegal, it can't be done, it's unconstitutional. Is that correct?
I believe it is unconstitutional and it is inappropriate. I believe that the president is genuinely inclined and wants to improve our vetting system. But with 11 million people here already, and the whole premise of this executive order was laid out in the first paragraph, and all the hijackers came from Saudi Arabia, and there is not one focus on Saudi Arabia. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, when we look at some of the data.
7 countries,
yeah.
11 million people, and you know, I have a doctor from Iran that is physically stuck in Italy. He goes the world over to cure people and do surgeries. He can't get back here, and he's got a green card.
What did he tell you?
He's nervous, he's upset, and he's not the only one calling me. I have Chinese nationals who just got political asylum. They're worried that tomorrow something else will happen. Now, look, bottom line, we are facing a different administration and we are facing perilous times. But our founding fathers fought pirates on the high seas. We never stopped taking refugees. The most unconscionable thing of what's going on here right now is that we're stopping completely to take refugees, placing Jews, placing other nationals in harm's way. And that is not the contour of what our president and our nation is about.
So as a second-generation immigration lawyer here, you've been through this before. What's the strongest legal response that you would make? My
father represented John Lennon, and he took on the Nixon administration. I happen to have represented Melania Trump, and I represent some of the Trump organizations. But this is a measure of principle, and despite the president's sincerity and wanting to vet and create more processes, it's to the courts. And more importantly, I'm an immigration professor.
Right.
The plenary power here of immigration is vested in Congress. Congress has to step up. Hopefully the deafening silence we've seen for decades will not exude on Monday morning.
Michael, will this go to the Supreme Court?
Absolutely. And you want to know something? I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. And we didn't need this. The greatest risk takers and entrepreneurs that we have.
Yeah.
The moral compass of America is made of immigration. How can we turn our back on these individuals? And worse, on a weekend, I have couples that are split now on holidays.
Yeah.
Professionals.
We have to end with this. You said you have worked with the Trump family before. What can you tell me about that vis-a-vis what he is doing so far in immigration?
Mrs. Trump is an immigrant herself who travailed and respected compliance all the way through. Mr. Trump has used the visas for years. They understand the dynamic, the entrepreneurial spirit that's here. We can't let a bunch of pirates scare us again.
So is this surprising then? This must be surprising to you based on what you're telling me. This seems antithetical.
I'm also a former mayor in New Jersey, so I understand the political and the campaign promise. But this is not the way you deal with people's lives.
Are you saying he's saying it, but he doesn't believe it?
I think he believes it. I think this is the wrong way to go about it.
Okay. Michael Wilds, thank you so much for being with us.
Pleasure.
Immigration attorney, also professor we learned today.
Thank you.
For perspective on what's happening today
Pleasure.
in New York City.